Let me wait for other participants and then I'll start the session. Let me wait for other participants, then I'll start. Having a few more minutes. Okay, fine, students. So let me start the session. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. So we call this private, protected, public as access specifiers, right? We call this as access. We call this as access specifiers. We call this as access specifiers. Okay. Okay. We call private, protected, public as access specifiers, right? So now let us discuss. So I have written a class called production. I have written a class called production. So inside this class called production, as you notice that I have declared 4 variables. One is n, one more is n underscore par, and one is n underscore pro, and next is n underscore pub. Okay. You see that for variable called n underscore pari, I have taken the access specifier as private. I have taken the access specifier as private. And similarly, you see that for the variable n underscore pro, I have taken the access specifier as protected. And similarly, for the variable n underscore pub, I have taken the access specifier as public. But whereas for variable n, I have not used any access specifier. Since I have not used any access specifier, it comes under the category of no modifier. Okay, no modifier. In other words, since I have not specified any access specifier, and we call this as a no modifier, right? I hope you understood this. Now let me clear my drawing. Now you see the students how they have picked the variable name. What's the name of the variable? N underscore pri. See, by seeing the variable name itself, I can easily make it out that this variable is having an access specifier called private. Okay, which pri stands for private. And similarly, you see that they picked the variable name as n underscore pro. By seeing the variable name itself, I can tell that this variable is having an access specifier called protected. So therefore, they can n underscore pro. Pro stands for protected. And similarly, you can see that how they picked this variable name, that is n underscore pub. So this pub stands for public. So by seeing the variable name, I can easily make it out that n underscore pub is having an access specifier called public. Is it right, student? So that's why they picked the variable name something like this. Okay, but here you see that they have used only n. They have not used any n underscore. Why only n? Because here I have not used any access specifier. Since I have not used any access specifier, they picked the variable name as n. So no access specifier means it is no modifier. Okay. So I hope you understood this also. Now my class production is having how many variables? N, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now all these variables can be accessed within the same class. See, all these variables can be accessed within the same class. What do you mean by within the same class? My class begins here, and where my class ends? My class ends here. So within this opening floor brace, let me change. So within this opening floor brace and closing floor brace, what I can do, I can access these 4 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. We call this as within the same class. You see that inside the class called production, there is a constructor called production. There's a constructor called production. And inside this constructor called production, you see that I can able to access a variable called n. You can see that I can able to access a variable called n. And similarly, I can access a variable called n underscore pri. I can able to access a variable called n underscore pro. I can able to access a variable called n underscore per. So you see that all these variables, that is a private variable, can be accessed within the same class. A protected variable can be accessed within the same class, and a public variable can be accessed within the same class. And no modifier variable also can be accessed within the same class. Since all these variables can be accessed within the same class, you see that I'm getting answer as S. So private variables can be accessed within the same class. That's why S. No modifier we can able to access within the same class. That's why S. Protected can be accessed within the same class. Yes. Public member can be accessed within the same class. That's why S. I hope you understood this. Any questions you can ask? I'm ready to take your questions. Any questions, students? That's what it is. Same class. Same class. The same class indicates, you see that all these members can be accessed within the same class. That is, private members can be accessed. No modifier can be accessed. Protected can be accessed. Public members can be accessed within the same class. Right? That's what SS is. Okay, let me clear my drawings. Let me adjust. So let us move to the next one. Yeah. Now let us move to the next variation. What is next variation? Same package, that's very important. Same package, subclass. Same package, subclass. What it means? You see that class production belongs to package called P1. Okay. Next, you see that I have written a subclass called derived. That's what it is. Subclass. This is what subclass. I written a subclass called derived. Why subclass? Because this derived is trying to extend a class called production. This production is present in a package called P1. And where this derived is present, this derived class also is present in the same package. You see that my super class and my derived class, both classes are present in the same package. And that's why you can see that they've used the word called same package and subclass. Means my derived class and my super class is present in the same package. So my derived class is a subclass of production. Okay. So in such a case, what's going to happen? As you know that since my derived class is trying to inherit a superclass called production, what is going to inherit? It's going to inherit all the members of my superclass, but except private members. As you know that a derived class can never inherit private data members. Is it right, students? So n underscore pri is a private data member. Since it's a private data member, okay, my subclass cannot inherit this private data member. So as you see in this block of code, you see that it can able to access n, but you see that this statement they made it comment. Why? Because n underscore PIR is a private data member, which it cannot be accessed. So therefore, this statement they made it as a comment. Okay. Now, so that's why you can see that same package subclass under private. I think, you know, this is a private, this is PRA private, and this is no modifier. This is no modifier, and this is protected PRO, and this is public. This is public. You see that same class, same package subclass. No, it is no. Why it is no? Because I cannot access. I can't access private members in the subclass. So since I can't access private members in the subclass, here they written as no. That is, private members cannot be accessed in subclass. Okay. Whereas we can access no modifier. You see that I can access no modifier. I can access protected. N underscore PRO is a protected member I can access. And similarly public. Okay. Public members I can access. N underscore public I can access. So that's why in the table it is no, S, and S. Yeah. So any questions, students? Any questions? I'm ready to take your questions. Any questions? No questions. That's well and good. Okay, fine. So let us move to the next variation. Next variation. You see that? Now here, what is there? Same package. Same package. Now it is non-subclass. Same package, non-subclass. You see that my class production belongs to package called P1. And my class same package belongs to package called P1. Since production and same package belongs to same package, so that's why I use the word called same package. Non-subclass means same package is not a subclass of production. Why it is not a subclass of production? Because here I'm not trying to inherit. So since I'm not inheriting, same package is not a subclass of production, right? I hope you understood this statement. That's what the statement says. Okay. Now let us see that. Now, the most important, now this class called same package, in order to access the members of this production, how it can access? It cannot access directly. So in order to access, it is mandated that I need to create an object of a production. Okay. The same package, in order to access the members of a class called production, it cannot access directly. In order to access, what the same package has to do, the same package has to create an object of this corresponding class. Then using this object called P, what it can do, it can access, right? Now let us see what it can access. So what it can access using the object called P. So it can access P.n. What is P.n? Means it can access no modifier. So let me write here. So this is private. This is private. This is no modifier. This is no modifier. And this is protected. And this is public. Okay. It says that it can access no modifier. And that's what you can see. The answer is S here. Okay. P.n_PR means it cannot access private members. That's what it says. It is no. You see that it is no. That is, we cannot access private members. And therefore, this statement they made as a comment. Okay. It can access protected members. That is N_PR was a protected member. That's why here it is S. It can access protected members. Next, similarly, it can access public members. That is P.npub. It can access public members. And therefore, the answer is S. See that? Okay. What's the difference between these two? See, let me clear it. What's the difference between these two? One important difference, you should make it out. Okay. See, what's the difference between these two? Same package subclass and same package non-subclass. Okay, non-subclass, in order to access the members of this class, what it should do, it needs to create an object. It needs to create an object. Using this object only, it can access. Whereas since it's a subclass, what is trying to do? A subclass is going to inherit the members. Since it can inherit the members, there is no need to create any object of a class. Directly can access the members of this class. Whereas with respect to non-subclass, we can't access the members of this class. Why? It means we cannot access directly. Okay. So in order to access, what we should do, we need to create an object. That's very important difference. Okay. That's very important difference. You should make it out here. It's mandated that you need to create an object. Using object only, you should try to access these class members. But whereas here, directly we can access. Directly. You can access directly. Why you can access directly? Because it is subclass. Subclass means it's going to inherit the members of your superclass. Since it is a non-subclass cannot access the members of a class directly. A non-subclass, in order to access the members of a class, it is mandated that you need to create an object of a class. Whereas subclass, it can access directly. A subclass, for a subclass, there is no need to create any object of a class. That's important difference. You need to make it out. Yeah, fine. So let me clear my drawings. Let me pull it down. So I finished with same class, same package subclass, same package non-subclass, right? So you have any questions with respect to these students? You're welcome. So now let us move to the next concept. That's what I've discussed, right? So I've discussed this same package, non-subclass. Okay, I've discussed the program. Okay, private members cannot be accessed. So you have any questions with respect to this block of code? You can ask. You can ask. Any questions, students? Yeah. No questions. That's fine. Let me move to the next one. Yeah. Yeah. Now let us see here. Different package, but it is subclass. What it means? Let us see that. Class production belongs to package called P1. Okay. Class production 2, what is trying to do? Is trying to inherit production. Since class production 2 is trying to inherit, production 2 is there here. Second. Actually, it is business. Okay. No, sorry. I'm sorry. That's correct. Yeah. So what is the name of my subclass? The name of my subclass is production 2. So since production 2 is trying to inherit this production, we call this production 2 as subclass. You see that? It is called subclass. But above here you see that it is different package. Why different package? My subclass belongs to a package called P2, whereas my superclass belongs to a package called P1. Since they both belongs to different package, that's why the statement called different package. But production 2 is a subclass. You see that here, students, how it is trying to inherit. In not to inherit, we should use a keyword called extends. But you see that when you write a class name, how is trying to write it? He's telling that this production class belongs to a package called P1. In other words, this class called production is present in a folder called P1. Okay, I repeat again. This class called production is present in a package called P1. So like this, you need to interpret. In other words, you can tell this class called production is present in a folder called P1. Okay, this is how you should write it. So why I have written here? Let me clear my drawings. So why I have written P1.production here? Because this class called production 2 belongs to different package. It belongs to different package. Since this production 2 belongs to different package, when I'm trying to inherit, I should write it P1.production. I should write it P1.production. Let us assume that this production 2 belongs to package called P1. Package called P1. If it belongs to package called P1, then no need to write this P1.production. Then no need to write this P1.production. Why? Because this production 2 and then this production both belongs to same package. Since they both belong to same package, no need to write P1.production. But here, as you notice that here, this production 2 belongs to package called P2, whereas this production belongs to package called P1. Since they both belongs to different package, at the time of inheriting, you need to tell that this production belongs to package called P1. That's what it says. Okay. I hope you understood this. I hope you understood this, right? So any questions you can ask students. Any questions up to now? Up to this point? Yeah, no questions. That's fine. Yeah, you can see that it cannot access. It cannot access no modifier. N means no modifier. It cannot access private. You see that that's what it says. Okay, this is, you know, that this is private. This is no modifier. This is no modifier, and this is protected, and this is public. Right. So that's why you see that no modifier I can't access. So that's why here it is no. So they made it comment here. Okay. And similarly, private members also cannot be accessed. So that's why here it is no. Whereas protected and public members we can access. Therefore, S and S. Therefore, S and S. You see that? Okay. Right, students, that's what it is. Now here the most important difference you need to observe here is, you see that, see, as I said here, See, up to now we have discussed when you have no modifier. Okay, when you have no modifier, I'll be telling by default it is public. When you have no modifier, by default it is public. There is dot of difference between by default public and writing public explicitly. You see that? Here I written public explicitly. When you write public explicitly, this variable n underscore pub can be used anywhere. You see that? This I can use in different package. You see that? This n underscore pub I can use in different package. Whereas this n I can't use. You see that? This n, you see that I can't use, even though I'm telling this by default it's public, but still I can't use it, right? So when you don't write any access specifier, okay, when you don't write any access specifier, what it means that, okay, when you don't write access specifier, we are considering this as a default public, but this can be accessed within the same package. Within the same package, this variable n can be used anywhere. This variable n can be used anywhere within the same package. But once if I go to different package, this n cannot be accessed. Okay, that's important difference between writing public explicitly and not writing public explicitly. If I write public explicitly, then I can use within the package or I can use outside of the package also. That's very, very important difference between not writing public and writing public. When write public, I can use anywhere within the same package, or I can use anywhere within the other package also. But if I don't write public, I can use anywhere within the same package, but I can't use this outside of this package. Okay, this n I can't use outside of this package. I can use only within this package. Have you understood this, students? Yes or no? No? Yes? Your response? Yes. Have you understood, students, what I said? No? There's no response?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. That's very important difference, students. Okay, you need to make it out. The volume is low, I cannot hear your voice. That's very, very important difference. Okay, that's the difference between writing public and write public and no access specifier. And no access specifier, I can use this variable n inside this package. Inside this package, I can use anywhere. I can use anywhere this variable n inside this package. Okay, but once I come to different package, I can't use this n. I can't use this n. Whereas if you take it public, I can use this variable inside this package called P1. Not only this package called P1, I can use in other packages also. You see that in other package also, I can use this public. Okay, there's a difference between writing public and not writing public. That's very, very important difference. You need to make it out. Okay, yeah, fine. I think I've discussed with this. So let us move to the last and final discussion. Okay. Yeah. Okay, last and final thing. Different package, okay, different package and non-subclass. Okay, now let us see that. Now class production belongs to package called P1, right? Class other package belongs to package called P2. Okay, other package belongs to P1 and this production belongs to P2. So since they both are different package, that's why they use the word called different package, non-subclass. You see that here other package is not a subclass, right? So that's why they've written the word called non-subclass. Okay. Now, since it's a non-subclass, a non-subclass, in order to access the members of other class, first what it should do, it needs to create an object. Okay, a non-subclass, in order to access the members of other class, it is mandated that it needs to create an object. And therefore, you can see that here I'm trying to create an object of a class called production. See that? Other package, it's not a subclass. Since it's not a subclass, it said since this class wants to access the members of a class called production, what I've done, I've created an object of a class called production. And this object I'm trying to store in a variable called P. And what's the type of this class? The type of this class is production. As you notice here, students, here I've used, when time of creating, I've used P1 dot production. Why P1 dot production? As you see that this other package belongs to a package called P2, whereas production, this production belongs to package called P1. Since they both belongs to different package, at the time of creating an object, I should tell that this class called production belongs to package called P1. That's what I should do. That's why I've written P1 dot production. Therefore, the type also I mentioned P1 dot production. So what it means, it says that this class called production belongs to package called P1. So why I've written something like this? Because other package belongs to package called P2, whereas production belongs to package called P1. Since they both belongs to different package, at the time of creating, I need to specify that in which package this class called production is present. Okay, so once I create an object of a class, so using this object, what I can do, I can try to access the members of the class. Here you can see that what I can access, you see that I can access only public. I can access only public members. You see that that's very, very important. I can access only public members, whereas I cannot access no modifier. I can't access private. I can't access protected. I can access only public. So that's what anything which is public, anything which is public can be used anywhere. That's what we say public property. So anything public property, anything public property, anyone can use. There's no constraint. A people from Andhra Pradesh can access this public property, which is present in Karnataka, and Karnataka people also can access this public property. Why I use AP and Karnataka? You can think AP as one package, Karnataka as second package, okay, and Tamil Nadu has one more package, okay. So this public property is present in Karnataka. So Tamil Nadu people can use this public property, Karnataka people can use this public property, Andhra Pradesh people can use this public property. See that? Anyone can use, anyone can use. That's very, very important, this public. That's what is public is very important. But what's the difference in private? Anything which is private can be used within the class only. Anything which is private can be used within the class only. It cannot be used outside of the class. But anyhow, let me try to come to this conclusion. So that's why you see that private is no modifier is no, protected is no, only public is yes. Only public is yes. Yeah. So I finished my discussion, students. You have any questions, you can ask. If you have any questions with respect to this block of code, you can ask. That's why you see that they made comment. All statement, right? Here it is no, it is no, it is no. Only it is S. The only public I can access. All these three things I can't access. Yeah. Any questions, students? Okay. No questions. That's well and good. Let me try to conclude. Yeah, that's what it is. So you can see that private, see that private members can be accessed within the same class only. Only in the same class we can access private members. In all other cases, you see that it is no. A private members can be accessed within the same class only. Okay, because it's a private property. Anything which is private property can be accessed by that person only. When you see that anything is public, all can use, anyone can use. That's what I said. Anyone can use. Okay, let us assume this is a property. This property belongs to only Karnataka people. Okay, only Karnataka people can access this. Others people cannot access. That's what it is. Private. Anything public means all can use. That's what it is. Okay. And the most important difference between this no modifier. Okay. One important difference between no modifier is there is important difference. What is that? And that's what. same package subclass. Okay. Okay. Same package subclass we can access, but different package subclass you can't access. That's very important difference. That's very important. You see that same package subclass. Same package subclass you can access, but different package subclass you can't access. Similarly, same package non-subclass you can access. Okay. So no modifier, that's what it says. A no modifier can be accessed within the same package. You see that? For a same package, you see that? For same package, the answer is yes. You see that? For no modifier, within the same package, you can access. You see that same package, it is yes. So anything which doesn't have any modifier within the same package, you can access. But once you move to different package, a no modifier cannot be accessed. You see that here it is no. Here it is no. So here it is no. And you see that here also different package. Here it is no. That's very important thing. That's important. Okay, same package, no modifier will be yes. For different package, it will be no. Okay. So with respect to protected, for everything it is yes. For everything it is yes. It is no only for different package, non-subclass. For different package, non-subclass, only it is no. You need to remember. You need to remember this chart. You should not by heart or you should not memorize. Okay. You should try to remember. So how I've said in a similar fashion, you need to remember. Don't by heart. If you by heart, you'll mix up everything. Okay. So how I said in similar fashion, you need to remember. See, for public, everything is yes. For private, only same class it is yes. So remaining everything is no. Okay. So now for modifier, same package, it will be yes. Same package, it will be yes. For different package, it will be no. For different package, it will be no. With respect to protected, only for last one it is no. For remaining everything it is yes. Right? Yeah, I finished my discussion, students. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave the session. And that's all for today's class. Have a nice day. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave the session.